In this video, I'm gonna pull back the curtains and show you exactly how to heal your body and lose at least 30 pounds in just 90 days. And that's without having to cut carbs, count calories, or slave away at the gym. Now, this is the exact same method that helped Yoli lose 73 pounds and reverse her chronic migraines and diverticulitis. She was also able to save her gallbladder that the doctors wanted to remove and is now living pain and medication free. Or Mike, who lost 40 pounds in just 4 months and got rid of joint pain and knee inflammation. And even Rosalind, it helped her go from size 12 to size 5 and melt away the body fat in her midsection and heal herself from battling chronic sinus infections, migraine headaches, seasonal depression, being fatigued, high blood pressure. It reversed her high cholesterol and her joint inflammation. Now, I know you might be thinking it's impossible for you to lose weight based on what you may have tried in the past. You probably tried countless diets before, but nothing ever worked out long term. Maybe keto or low carb or paleo or Atkins or Weight Watchers or anything like that. You may have tried counting calories, limiting food intake, having smaller portions, drinking shakes, even maybe hired a personal trainer in the past. You might have tried pills or weight loss injections or supplements or waist trainers. You may have even considered surgery. You may have tried punishing yourself or starving yourself, water fasting or intermittent fasting without any real and lasting results to show for it. Now, I want to let you know that it's not your fault. There's so much conflicting information out there. It can be really hard to figure out exactly what to do. Your attention has been pulled in so many ways and you feel like you're on a roller coaster trying to figure this out on your own. But I'm here to tell you that there is an absolutely better way, a way easier way that doesn't cause you to rely on willpower and deprivation, but actually allows you to eat foods that you love and be full and satisfied, all while melting body fat at the exact same time. I just want to let you know that you can heal your body and lose weight without giving up carbs, without having to count calories or macros, without drinking chalky shakes, without having tiny food portions or only eating salads and being hungry all the time, or without having to slave away at the gym for hours or rely on your own willpower or pure determination. It's definitely achievable. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I show you the exact blueprint that you need to finally get over the hump. Now, this blueprint is the same one that my clients use to get incredible results, and I'm going to show it to you for free so you can live your best life right now. And literally, once you apply this to your life, you're going to move from not feeling confident in your body to feeling attractive and beautiful and strong, from feeling like a stranger in your own body to feeling incredible and present, from being a slave to medication to living pain and medication free, from on your way to being a statistic to living life on your own terms, from not being able to fit into your clothes to looking great at the beach or pool or even naked in front of your own mirror, from hiding in family photos or not being present at family gatherings or gatherings with friends to now socializing again with those that you love. I know this to be true because I've taught countless people to do this, and I know you'll be able to do the exact same thing. People like Robbie, who crushed it and lost 30 pounds by following my method, or Stanley, who lost 46.6 pounds in just over 3 months, in his own words, started feeling stantastic, or Jessica, who lost 20 pounds in just 16 days. Imagine losing a little more than a pound every day. Or Kosi, who lost 150 pounds and reversed her high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, liver disease, fibromyalgia, and the list goes on and on. And in just a moment, I'm going to be showing you the exact 4-step process to lose stubborn body fat and heal your body, which is the exact blueprint that I've used for all my clients to help them to do just that. So who am I? I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a believer, I'm a nutritionist, I'm a weight loss specialist, and I've been helping people lose weight and heal their bodies for about 14 years now. And I focus on helping men and women of faith over the age of 30 who are stuck in overweight be better stewards of their body by showing them how to increase their energy, heal their bodies, drop the extra body fat, and keep it off for life by using foundational biblical principles. So if that's you and you're looking for something sustainable to help you to lose body fat and improve your overall health, if you're tired of yo-yo dieting, if you know how critical it is for you to make these changes in your life right now, if you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and dealing with chronic conditions, if you know that if you had a clear, proven plan, you'd put the time and effort in to make it work for you, or if you want to be a better steward of your health for yourself and for your family, and if you're one to go all in, then this is definitely for you. But if you're someone who's just looking for the next quick diet trend to jump on, or someone who likes to make excuses and not take accountability, if you're someone who doesn't really want to open your mind to a new way of doing things, a new lifestyle, you're kind of set in your own ways, If you're someone who is content with just having a lower quality of life because you're overweight and the side effects that come with that, or if you're someone who would rather complain about your weight and not actually do anything about it, then this is not for you. If you're someone like that, then go ahead and click off of this video and go ahead and watch some of my other content and learn some more before you come back to this one. But if you're ready to learn and execute, and you know you're motivated to change your current situation, then go ahead and take out a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes, because I'm going to be peeling back the curtain and showing you the same blueprints that my clients have access to. And I'm not holding anything back. So I'll be revealing everything for free, because honestly, I just want to show you that getting into the best shape and health of your life is not as difficult as you think. And by using these exact strategies, they'll help you exponentially, and you could honestly start seeing results in just a few short days if you follow what I say. So how did I find myself helping hundreds of people heal their bodies and lose weight? Well, honestly, it's an unlikely story. I actually went to college for business, and I had zero interest in anything regarding health. That's probably because my family and myself had always been fairly healthy. No one was in and out of the hospital or at the doctor's office or taking meds. I think the only time I've been to the hospital was when my brother broke his arm when he was riding a skateboard. The thing is, a pivotal event did happen the summer of my sophomore year. My dad ended up getting diagnosed with cancer. So when they found it, or when they discovered it, it was already at stage 4, and the doctor said he would only have about 3 months to live. So we're grateful that God gave us more than 3 months. He actually gave us 3 years. But after a valiant fight with cancer, my dad breathed his last breath on November 4th, 2008. He was only 54 years old, and naturally, it was devastating. So when the dust settled and I had time to reflect, I really felt a way about modern medicine and healthcare. I had so many questions. I had a lot of mistrust. Why didn't the chemotherapy work? Why didn't the radiation work? He was in remission several times, and they said the cancer was gone, only for it to come back stronger. So I was left with more questions than answers, and I began to do my own research about disease, how it comes about, and how to fight it. So through many articles and documentaries like Forks Over Knives and Food Matters, as well as books, one of the most impactful books that I read was The China Study by Dr. T. Colin Campbell. And this is a picture of him and I that when I met him later on in life. But as I began reading all these different things, there began to emerge a pattern, a formula, so to speak, for the best health outcomes. The formula for excellent health outcomes that I kept seeing in all the documentaries, all the books, all the articles, always came down to eating high quality nutrition, primarily from plants instead of animals, that not only nourish you but help you to detoxify and heal your body at the exact same time. So in essence, more alive foods and less dead foods. Because I learned that if it's alive, it's going to make you feel alive and you're going to get better health outcomes. But if it's dead, eventually it makes you feel dead or not so great. Then it leads to decay and deterioration and disease. Now, at the time, I had graduated with my undergrad degree and was working for a Fortune 500 company, but I felt like I had no energy. I had brain fog. I was fatiguing really quickly. My skin was breaking out. I wasn't my best self. So I decided to experiment on myself from what I had learned months before. So I changed up my diet completely, and almost immediately, I started to feel better. I had more energy to do my work, more focus in meetings. My brain fog went away, my skin cleared up. It felt like it was almost gone overnight. Then I shared what I was doing with some friends and family pretty casually, and then some of them mentioned they wanted to try it. And they did the same thing I was doing, but their results were even more drastic. So many of them lost weight effortlessly. They were able to reduce or even get off of their high blood pressure medications or metformin and other meds. I was absolutely blown away. It's like as soon as they switched up what they were eating, they lost weight. And when they lost weight, their body was then able to prioritize the healing processes. This was my light bulb moment. So the conclusion I came to was, if you're carrying more weight than your frame intended, your body is overtaxed and overburdened, and regular functions are made much harder, and it's an environment for things to break down and for diseases to manifest. But if you can get the weight off, your body has so much more bandwidth to heal itself. It frees it up to do the things that it wants to do so that it can thrive at the highest level. It's moving from surviving to thriving. So after this happens, the type 2 diabetes corrects itself. The joint pain, the sleep apnea, the high blood pressure, the brain fog, the low energy, the high cholesterol, it all goes away when you give your body a chance to thrive by getting the weight off. So ever since then, I've been on a mission to share this gift of healing to anyone who would listen. And many people have, like Diane, who reversed her high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes and lost 22 pounds in the process. Or Karen, who lost 57.2 pounds and 46.7 inches off of her body in just 6 months following the right system. Or Joseph, who lost 20 pounds in 5 weeks, all while camping in the woods with his son for Boy Scouts on the weekends. So most people, when they finally decide that enough is enough and they commit to losing the weight, they either do one or a combination of these things. They either do intense exercise that they absolutely do not enjoy, or they start cutting things. First thing you do, start cutting carbs, or they start counting calories, or they try eating less food or controlling their portion sizes, or they just try to use pure willpower. But deprivation and restriction and willpower never works. Yet, they're the main staples, the main traits that make up most diet programs out there. But the bottom line is diets don't work. The reason why diets don't work long term is because they were never designed to. They are only quick fixes that basically manipulate your body internally to achieve a certain outcome externally. And as soon as you stop it, the weight comes right back, which leaves you even more frustrated than when you started, because they are impossible to sustain long term, which is why my method is so much different. We think that it makes more sense to work with what your body already wants to do instead of fighting against your body. See, when you do that, that's when you'll see progress and feel healthy, healed, whole, and lose a bunch of weight in the process. Your body actually wants to heal. Your body actually wants to release the excess body fat. Your body actually wants to thrive. So we have to set it up for success. That's key. Now look at these 2 words, right? We're not interested in doing a diet. We're interested in changing our lifestyle. And if the root word of lifestyle is life, and that's what you want, right? An abundant life experience. But when you're dieting, doesn't it feel like you're, dying? A lifestyle is making a sustainable and fundamental change for your future health that you can do for the rest of your life. But dieting is just a quick temporary fix. It's a band-aid. It's my sister's getting married in 2 months. I need to go on a diet to fit in my bridesmaid dress. Or, summer vacation is in 3 weeks. I need to, lose 15 pounds. So I'm going to do X, Y, Z. That's not what we're into. Now, following my method, we operate differently than most because we teach you how to make this a lifestyle. We show you how to eat natural foods that not only heal your body on the inside, but help you lose weight in a healthy way. So with my method, you're not going to have tiny little portion sizes. You're going to be nice and full at every single meal. You're not going to have to count calories. You're not going to need to count anything really other than the numbers on the scale going down. You're not going to be cutting carbs. You can still enjoy plenty of carbs. And there's no simply trying to rely on willpower here. And there's definitely no slaving away at the gym or doing intense exercise that you do not enjoy. So right about now, you might be thinking, okay, sounds great. But in the back of your mind, you might still be wondering if it'll work for you. And because your weight journey has been full of ups and downs and ultimately disappointment, you might have some mental blocks that prevent you from believing weight loss and healing can actually be a reality for you. You might be someone who believes that it doesn't matter what you do. Gaining weight just happens when you get older. It's just a natural part of life. Or you might believe that being overweight or obese or having health conditions just runs in your family. It's genetic and you can't do anything about it. You might believe that your metabolism is just slow. Or you haven't been able to lose weight because you're menopausal or postmenopausal. You might even believe that if you could only find time to exercise, that you would be able to lose the weight. But ladies and gentlemen, absolutely none of that matters. But I wouldn't fault you for thinking that way. It's a common way of thinking. Because the solutions to losing weight that society is offering are so hard and requires so much willpower, you almost don't even want to try again. And honestly, it's easier for you to just believe weight loss isn't for you than to try one more thing that doesn't work. But the reality is you can live your best life slimmer and happier, even if you happen to have believed these things in the past. You just need the right system. You have to plug into the right system. The problem hasn't been you, it's been the system. It's been what you've been trying to do to get the result. Now, I know this is true because my system has helped people all over the spectrum, whether you're young or old, whether you're a man or a woman, if you have slow metabolism, fast metabolism, if you're menopausal, postmenopausal, athletic, non-athletic, it doesn't really matter. Every single types of these people have gotten incredible results because the principles don't really care about you. It's not going to work for Johnny and say it doesn't want to work for Susie. It works for everyone that works it. I know you can lose significant weight and heal your body at the same time. So I've helped people like Roz. Now, Roz thought exercise was what was going to help her to lose weight. She was working out 3 to 4 times a week with no results until she started incorporating the pillars that I'll be sharing with you in a second. Then her body fat started melting away in her midsection and she started to feel her best. Roz was also in her 60s. Or what about Georgina, who was postmenopausal and who lost 30 pounds? She reduced her high cholesterol and blood pressure and got the okay from the doctor that he didn't need to see her again after all these tests she was going to and trying to figure out what was going on. Now, Lady K lost over 30 plus pounds by following my method. She was also in her 60s. And I love the last line here. It says, the first line is cool, right? In several months with Coach, I lost over 30 pounds. But the last line, it says, now that I have the tools Coach blessed me with, I can continue to live a healthy life. Thank you, Coach James. The tools. So she didn't have the tools before we started working together, but after she has the tools, she can continue to lose weight and live her best life. Now, Devin, he felt like his metabolism was just slow. He hadn't been able to lose weight forever. And after you started working together, he ended up losing 50 pounds in just 5 months. So you might be seeing all these testimonials and be thinking, that's cool that your clients have gotten results, but what are they doing exactly? These are great questions. And the answer is every single one of my clients have used my Gold Star method in order to get results. Now, there are 4 main pillars to my method and my program: mindset, detoxification, nutrition, and accountability. So let's talk about the first one, mindset. Now, most people jump directly into any program or weight journey without taking the time to make sure their mind is aligned and focused for the journey, which results in them going back to old habits and never really getting the results that they want. So here we focus on mindset. Everyone has different stories around food, what they eat, reasons for eating. Some are emotional eaters, different cravings, triggers, etc. So by recognizing them, we take our power back and we can deal with these head on. In addition, we fully understand that where the mind goes, the body flows. So we get the fact that your body's only going to go as far as the mind takes it. That's why it's critical to get the mindset right first. The battle for your health is won or lost in your mind, not in the kitchen. So taking ownership is the first thing. Not making up any excuse or story in your head about why you're currently struggling with your health, but realizing that you are where you are right now because of you. That's critical. And then having plans, having a plan for emotional eating beforehand, having the strategy and support so you can finally feel in control, and making sure you have some tools in your tool belt when those cravings and triggers come about. That's what's going to be key to you finally being able to lose the weight and keep it off for good. So if you try to lose the weight before without this step, that's likely one of the main reasons you didn't stick it out. But imagine having your mind sharp and focused and knowing how to pivot any situation so that you can stay true to your goals. In the grocery store, when they bring those donuts into the office, at a social event or night out, and now you have the resolve and self-control instead of being a slave to your belly. That's the freedom that this pillar helps you to achieve. The second pillar that helps my students get success is detoxification. Now, most people think that when they're starting a new diet or trying to do something with their health, They just need to start doing something. And they don't prepare their body to be successful for the journey. And somewhere along the way, they fall off. Not here. Think about this. If you were going to get ready to cook some food and you forgot to run the dishwasher earlier and all you had was dirty pots and pans, what's the first thing that you would need to do? Would you cook in the dirty pots and pans? Of course not. They have to be clean first so that they can serve you at the highest level and you can use them for the purpose they were designed for. It doesn't make sense to put clean food in an unclean container. Well, that's the same way with our bodies. It doesn't make sense to hyper focus on putting good things in our body when there's a whole bunch of gunk already in there that's been accumulating for years. In fact, research shows that most people have between 5 and 20 pounds of dried fecal matter lodged in their colons. It's been there for years and it's not going anywhere. So no wonder you're tired and lethargic and irritable and bloated and you have sugar cravings and you're constipated or gassy, you have skin issues, or you have that hard to lose belly fat. Now I have a question for you. Would you rather take 1 hour to sharpen the axe so you can cut down the tree in 5 minutes? Or would you rather just use the dull axe and it take you 6 hours to cut down the tree? Of course we want to sharpen our axe first before we cut down the tree because it's much more efficient with way less work. That's what I want for you. Detoxing is like sharpening the axe. It helps get the gunk out of your body so your weight loss journey can be really efficient. You'll get to your goal faster and your body will love you because it has to do way less work. So you have to detoxify your body if you want to have long-term success. Now, when I mean detoxification, I mean naturally. Not some lab-created pills or drinks or powder or something that you get from Amazon or CVS. No, we focus on using energy-rich plant foods with fiber and water to help nourish and detoxify your body simultaneously, which helps move the waste and gunk out of your body. People love the recipes and even use them after the detox phase is over. And get this, your body will respond so quickly. In fact, within the first 5 days of the detox, the majority of people lose between 5 and 10 pounds. Not bad, right? Yes, you heard that right. In just 5 days, the majority of people lose between 5 and 10 pounds, some even more. So here are a few testimonials from some people who have gone through the detox part of the program. And there's over 20 of them, so if you want to pause and look, you can. But basically you see how much weight they're losing. 12 pounds, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 10 pounds, 12 pounds, 5 pounds, 8 pounds, 5 pounds. You get the point. These people have detoxed their body, got the gunk out, and now they're feeling so much lighter, and they really haven't even started the journey fully. They're really just coming out of the starting blocks with so much momentum behind them because they've lost some weight and gotten rid of a lot of the gunk out of their bodies. Now, most people haven't detoxed their body in years, so this is where we'll start. Now, I'm not saying that you can't lose weight without detoxing, but your body just has to work so much harder. The process is not as enjoyable, and it just takes so much longer, and who has time for that? So I want you losing weight efficiently and quickly, and this is the first step to help you to accomplish this. Now, imagine having clearer skin. You have no more cravings for sweets or salty food. You've lost 5 to 10 pounds in less than a week, and you have so much momentum behind you. The bloating is gone, you're getting better sleep, your mood is lighter and you're happier, all because you're able to detox and get the gunk out of your body. Now, the third pillar is nutrition, and this is the most important part. If you do this part right, you're gonna get epic results. So most people think that they have to cut carbs, count calories, and limit portion sizes in order to lose weight. Or that you have to give up all your favorite foods and just drink water and eat salads and veggies all the time. Now, the method that I teach allows you to still eat carbs, let you throw away your calculator because you're not going to be counting calories either. And you definitely won't need a food scale, and you don't need to portion control your foods. In fact, a lot of people actually end up eating more food than they did before and still lose several pounds a week until they get to their ideal weight. How do they do it? This is made possible by the Gold Star method. So before I show you exactly what it is, I just want to speak briefly to how weight loss even works in the first place. Like, how does it actually happen? Now, losing weight only comes down to one thing and one thing only. It's science. To lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Okay, Coach James, but what is a calorie deficit? So we get our energy or calories from the foods that we eat, which vary in amount of calories or energy potential. So every food or drink item has a calorie count attached to it, some more, some less. So in this example, the apple has 52 calories, while this slice of pizza has 285 calories. Now, the only way to lose weight is to be in a calorie deficit, meaning at the end of the day, our body burned more calories than it stored. And the only way to gain weight is to be in a calorie surplus, meaning at the end of the day, our body stored more calories than it burned. So in this example, this person ate more calories than they burned that day. So they had extra calories left over, which your body stored as a surplus of calories, which is called a calorie surplus. But in this example, this body actually burned more than it stored. So at the end of the day, this body retained less calories than it started. So this is what we call a calorie deficit. So to gain weight, like this person on the left, you have to store more calories than you used that day. But in order to lose weight, like this person on the right, you burned off more calories than you stored. Calorie deficit. So naturally people say, okay, I got it. So I need to eat less calories. If I eat less calories, then I'll be in a calorie deficit. So most people think the solution is to just eat less food in general. So then you cut carbs, you count calories, you have tiny portions. But the natural byproduct of this is that it makes you hungry all the time. A low-grade hunger just exists with you and you're hungry all the time. So people are actually starving themselves in hopes of losing weight. So you try your best to fight hunger and the hunger pangs, and you're trying to do your best to use willpower so that you can lose the weight, but hunger always wins. And because the hunger drive is relentless, you give in. And because you're starving, you eat the most sugary and salty and fatty junk foods around, and then you eat a lot of it because, well, you're starving. And then you feel guilty that you messed up your diet again. Then you feel a little depressed. Then because you're down on yourself and depressed, you end up eating more and you start binging food just for comfort. You think that losing weight will never work for you and you give up and feel like a failure. You think you're never going to lose weight or get self-control. You're stuck in the spin cycle. But guys, I want to tell you, that's the old way of doing things, and it won't work because you're going against human nature and your body's natural desire to be full and satisfied. But there's a better way and a more sustainable way to weight loss. If you only understood it's not the amount of food that matters, it's calorie density. And once you understand that, you can finally start losing weight. The more you eat, the more you'll lose. And I'm going to share that with you literally right now. In the Gold Star method, you aren't going to be counting any calories, but you are going to be using a way of eating that helps you to eat foods that are naturally low in calories, but that also keep you full and satisfied. So let's go. Here's how it works. This is a calorie density chart, which shows the food type and the amount of calories per pound of that food type. So the first thing you see all the way to the left on that chart is vegetables. And vegetables are 100 calories per pound. Same with the next one over to the right, fruit. Fruit is 300 calories per pound. Then legumes at 600, and so on and so forth. Now, you see these gold stars in the middle? That's a divider. And you see that black arrow? Well, everything to the left of the gold stars are foods that you can eat as much as you want of, and it would be mathematically impossible for you to be in a calorie surplus at the end of the day. But on the right-hand side, it's a whole different story. These foods are high in calories, and it doesn't take a lot of it to be in a calorie surplus. So as we look at a few examples up here, we have meat, at 1,000 calories per pound. We have cheese at 1,600 calories per pound, and cookies at 2,200 calories per pound, and so on and so forth. Now, our stomach is the size of a cantaloupe, and the average person eats between 3 and 5 pounds of food per day. So let's split the difference and just say that the average person eats about 4 pounds of food. So to be full for the day, you need to eat about 4 pounds of food. So the majority of people are going to be eating to the right of the gold stars. So let's do a comparison of what the average person eats when they're eating this way. So let's choose 4 pounds of food to the right of the gold stars at random. So this would be what you ate in a day. Now it could be any of these. This is just an example. I'm choosing 4 at random. So I have meat at 1,000, refined carbs at 1,200, bread at 1,400, and cookies and chips at 2,200. So this is a total of 5,800 calories consumed in one day. That's to the right of the gold stars. Now let's do a comparison to what happens when you eat to the left of the gold stars. And once again, we're choosing 4 things at random. So we have vegetables at 100 calories per pound, fruit at 300, complex carbs at 400, legumes at 600. So this is a total of 1,400 calories consumed in one day. So as you can see, when you're eating to the left of the gold stars, in this example, you're going to be eating about 1,400 calories per day, which is going to put you in a calorie deficit for sure. But on the right hand side, you're going to be eating way more calories. Not more volume, they're both still 4 pounds, but you're going to be eating way more calories. 5,800 calories to be exact, which is going to no doubt have you in a calorie surplus or weight gaining mode. So when you eat this way, you're going to be full and in a calorie deficit at the exact same time. So why are you full? Well, it's because the foods that you're eating are loaded with fiber and water. Fiber and water create bulk in the stomach, which then creates the feeling of being full or satiety. And once there's bulk, your stomach tells your brain that it's getting full. So most of the food on the right of the gold stars have little or no fiber. So you're going to eat way more because your stomach isn't sending the "I'm full" signal up to the brain. So whole foods with fiber and water intact is one of the secrets to satiety and ultimate weight loss. And being full is also incredibly important because when you're full, you're not tempted by the unhealthy snacks. But when you're hungry, you are. Think about it. The reason why a lot of people fall off the wagon is because they're always grabbing a little bit of this, going to the vending machine or going to the pantry and munching on snacks. Well, these snacks pack tons of calories, but they don't really ever get you full. They just keep you full enough to go to the next snack. So you're eating a bunch of snacks because you're peckish, and you're peckish because you're not full. So the cheat code is to be full on delicious foods so you can essentially take willpower out of the equation, because you're not interested in eating junk food when you're full and satisfied. You don't have to have willpower. You can lose weight without it. You just have to eat to the left of the gold stars. And it's not rabbit food. There's so many delicious filling options that you can eat following the gold star method. You're always going to be full and satisfied, which is going to keep you on track. And I know you might be looking and saying, well, the last one is potatoes. And yes, you can eat potatoes, potato wedges, french fries, and still lose weight. It is 100% doable, and all of my clients do it. So when you use the gold star method, you're able to eat delicious, stick to your ribs food, and you're going to be nice and full. Imagine going through your day and you're not starving or peckish or reaching for the candy bars or chips because you don't need to. You don't feel heavy because you're comfortably full. You're dropping weight and eating way more food than you ever had. That doesn't even sound right, but it's true, and it happens over and over again. And as a bonus, you don't even have to get up early or head to the gym after a long day of work because you literally don't have to exercise and the body fat still melts off of you. Renee learned about calorie density in the gold star method and was able to lose 25 pounds in just 6 weeks. which meant she was losing about 4 pounds per week. Mike also learned about the Gold Star method, lost 83 pounds, and went from a 48-inch waist to a 36-inch waist. And Tabitha lost 15 pounds in just 18 days. Now, the last and final pillar, and the glue that holds it all together, is accountability and coaching. So often I see people fall off the wagon because they don't have anyone in their corner to help them to overcome the obstacles when they arise. They may have found some videos or a blog article or ebook, and they use it to the best of their ability and follow the plan for a few days or even a few weeks. But then life happens and they get distracted and fall off the wagon. Or you have good intentions, but you miss a day or you miss a meal or whatever it is, and then it just snowballs. And you look up months later and you're totally off track. Or you just don't feel like doing it anymore. You allow your emotions to get the best of you, then you quit. And the reason you allowed yourself to quit or not follow through is you didn't have someone to hold you accountable to your goals. So when you stopped doing it, nobody said anything to you. Sometimes we think, you know what, I'm going to do this and I'm going to hold myself accountable. It's not reality. If you could have done that, you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in right now. Everyone needs someone to stretch them so that you can go to the next level. And that's always going to be someone else. The reason we look at people like Tom Brady or Michael Jordan, who have accomplished incredible success and are universally known as the best that ever did it in their respective sports, is because they realize the importance of having a coach and executing on the game plan. And they even understood the importance of teammates and togetherness and doing it together to achieve the goal. Now, I love this African proverb because it says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. I want you to go further than you ever thought you could. And you're going to need extreme accountability so you'll finally be able to reach your health goals. So not only am I and the other coaches walking alongside you and motivating you and educating you and encouraging you, but there's also a community of people who are just like you who decided to jump in the program, and there's so much encouragement and motivation within the group as well. So accountability and coaching is the last piece of the puzzle that you would ever need to make this all work for you. A piece that honestly, if you thought about it, you likely haven't had it the whole time that you've been struggling. A piece that honestly, if you thought about it, you haven't had this whole time you've been struggling. Now, all 4 of these pillars are frameworks found in my flagship program, my 90-day Abundant Health Accelerator. Now, in my program, not only do I help you to get your mindset on a rock-solid foundation, your body detox, your progress benchmark set up, your nutrition exactly where it needs to be, get you plugged into our supportive community, and all of the accountability and coaching you would ever need, but you also have fun doing it and finally get the results you've wanted for years. And the first thing, mindset mastery. I stated earlier, we truly believe that where your mind goes, your body flows. So we educate you on emotional eating, cravings, triggers, food addictions, and help you to come up with a customized plan of attack for when those things arise so you can feel confident and have victory in this area. Maybe you don't know how to shop. We have grocery lists. Maybe you don't know how to cook or how to create it. We have recipes and video cooking tutorials. Maybe you're busy and don't have time to be in the kitchen. Well, I teach you how to meal prep, teach you how to batch cook. And then everything that we have, make sure that your diet is balanced and you're hitting all of your nutritional needs. Now, all these things are designed to help you to stay on track so you can make progress every single day. Then in the Eat More Weightless Academy are all the video modules where I break down different things about the science of weight loss, have different resources, different charts and handouts, and then everything that you would ever need. You'll also be in our Accelerator online community for those going through the program for accountability and support. We post recipes and ask questions and share wins and engage with one another. And the secret sauce is the coaching. It's not just a bunch of information. The entire process is focused on walking you by the hand, keeping the main thing in front of you, and helping to remove any overwhelm. We take you step by step, coach you to success. I keep you accountable. We talk. We have regular coaching calls and check-ins to make sure that you're on track. And as long as you come with me, it's a fail-proof system. The Abundant Health Accelerator is a comprehensive program that takes you from A to Z on everything you would ever need to help you to heal your body and lose at least 30 pounds in just 90 days. And I'm so confident that this will work for you that if you don't lose 30 pounds within the first 90 days, I'll work with you for free until you do. Hopefully by going through the Gold Star method and seeing all that you'd be getting inside the Abundant Health Accelerator program, you're starting to see how valuable this method can be for you. And the reality is you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's literally the definition of insanity. Dieting over and over, exercising over and over, but not seeing any lasting results. If you want different results, you have to do something different. And here's the hard truth. If you keep going down the same road that you're on right now and keep gaining weight month after month, you're going to become a statistic. I know this because it's law. It's bound to happen. It has to happen. Just like the law of gravity. What goes up must come down. We know this. But what about the second law of thermodynamics, which says anything left unto itself goes more and more towards destruction? Anything, if left unattended, will deteriorate. Whatever you leave and do nothing about will continue to get worse and worse and worse. And if you're overweight and you don't do anything, you're going to continue until you're obese. And if you're obese and you don't make significant changes to get back to normal healthy range, then all these things can come as a result. Just a few are sleep apnea, osteoarthritis, liver disease, kidney disease, infertility, heart failure, stroke, depression, type 2 diabetes, breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer. All of these can come just by not doing anything. Because when you end up going to the doctor and they tell you you're obese or you have diabetes or high blood pressure, all they're doing is confirming that you've already had it for some time already. It didn't happen when you were driving to the doctor's. Your body was already in an environment for these things to naturally happen. It was only a matter of time. Now, I believe that you do want to do something about this, and that's why you're here on this masterclass. And if you're still watching, that means you're pretty serious. Now, typically people that are desperate for a solution try things the only way they know how, which is the traditional way. So let's do a little bit of math if you went that route. Let's say you were to do what most people do and hire a personal trainer. That cost per session is going to be roughly $60 per session. And you'll probably see them twice per week minimum, meaning you'll have 8 sessions per month, which is going to cost you about $480 per month, or just under $6,000 per year. And that's just for the personal trainer. You'll also need to hire a nutritionist or a dietitian to help you. Now that's going to run you about $125 per session, and you probably have 1 session per week, coming at about $500 per month or $6,000 per year. Now, if you want the same level of accountability that I provide in the Abundant Health Accelerator, you're going to have to hire a life coach on top of the personal trainer and the nutritionist, and that's going to run you about $120 per session. You probably see them once a week, and it's going to come up to about $400 per month or $4,800 per year. You also need to factor in the cost of eating out. Right now, since it's likely that each time you go out, you're going to be spending about $18. Do that maybe twice per week or 8 times per month. And right there alone, that's going to be another $144, which is going to be at $1,780 a year that you could save. So if you total that up, you're going to look at a cost of about $1,524 per month. Sorry about that comma. Or $18,288 per year to take action the quote-unquote traditional way. So that's the cost of taking action the traditional way, but let's look at something that most people don't think about either. And that's the cost of inaction or not doing anything at all. So I went online and I looked at the average expenses for things like obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, stroke, heart attack. Basically, all the things, a combination of different things that are likely going to happen if you don't do anything. And as you can see, by doing nothing, now you're going to accrue a bunch of expenses in the future. Let's pick a few of these. Obesity, because it's going to cost you about $1,000 per month or $12,000 per year. Or what about type 2 diabetes? About $1,600 per month or about $19,000 per year. Or what about a stroke or a heart attack? They are extremely expensive to take care of. So all of those per month expenses come to about $8,122, or a cost per year about $97,000. $1,469. As you can see, very, very expensive to not take care of your health today. And there's other costs, such as prescription meds, hospitalizations, rehab, physical therapy, doctor's visits, a whole bunch of stuff. So if you total up the cost of inaction here, we're talking about $97,000 a year. And if we talk about the traditional way that some people do, you're going to be at about $18,000 per year. Now, both these are hefty price tags, and that's not all. There's some other expenses that I want you to consider as well. So what's the cost you're paying for having low self-esteem, feeling depressed, or low energy? What's the cost of having a decrease in productivity, having a lower quality of life, having social isolation, you don't want to go anywhere? What about reduced life expectancy? Because studies show that if you're obese or overweight, you're cutting 10 years off of your life. What about time off of work because you have to go to the doctor or the pharmacist? What about reduced earning potential? You're actually making less money because you can't perform the way that you want to because your body won't allow it. Or what about relationship strain? Whether it's a spouse or a significant other or a family member. Now, how much would those expenses add up if you could put a dollar amount to them? Well, unfortunately, I can't answer that for you. But let's say we just put that at somewhere around $75,000 per year, which in my opinion, I think it's way more than that. But let's say that's the number. Well, that puts you at a grand total of $190,000 per year. What's costing you not to take action on this goal? And honestly, if you were to ask me, I would argue that this type of weight loss and health transformation is priceless. But the important question is, do you see it that way? Now let's switch gears for a second. Let me illustrate that with an example. Everyone knows that a Rolls Royce is one of the most expensive cars on the planet. In fact, a brand new Rolls Royce Phantom is going to cost you about $660,000. And let's say that I was going to sell you a brand new Rolls Royce for $5,000. Now these cars are over 600 grand, so you know you'd be getting a steal. If you had the money, you would give it to me in an instant because you see the value in the Rolls Royce. And if you didn't have the money, you'd probably bend over backwards and find the 5K, wouldn't you? You would do whatever it took to find that money. You would find a way because you know that there's value in that car. You might sell some valuable items in your house, like jewelry or electronics, to get the money. You might just put it on a credit card and pay it off later. You might get a loan from a friend or family member. Or you might use a service like Affirm or Klarna or PayPal Credit that allows you to buy it now and make smaller payments back over time. You know it would be a deal of a lifetime and it's worth way more than what you paid for it. But here's my question for you. If you're willing to do something like that with a Rolls Royce, why are you not willing to do the same thing for your health? Because your health is worth way more than a fancy car. Your body is priceless and you only get one of them. Now, my Abundant Health Accelerator program is not $5,000. But even if it was, since studies show being obese or overweight cuts your life expectancy down on an average of 10 years, would it be worth investing that amount in your health if all you did was get back 10 more family vacations, 10 more birthday parties, 10 more Thanksgivings, 10 more Christmases, and 10 more years to be there for your family and play with your kids? What if all it did was allow you to live a life on your own terms, pain-free and medication-free and feeling like yourself again? No drugs that gave you side effects, no pricking your finger, and no CPAP machine. What if now you're excited about going to the beach or pool or traveling to fun destinations and you're showing up for yourself in a major way? You're confident in your body. Or what if it allowed you to get a new wardrobe? Now you're even more confident, you're social and you're rediscovering you. You're finding things that you love to do. You're showing up in places that you hadn't before. Or what if all it did was give you the energy and focus you needed to actually create something, to build something of value and tackle the things that you've been putting off for so long and pursue the things that God has put on your heart, a hobby or a nonprofit or a business? What if all it did was improve your relationship with your spouse? Your mood is lighter, there's more laughter, and that flame that has been burning low for years has been reignited and your intimate time is out of this world. Or maybe you're not at that stage yet, but you want to be someday. You want to have your partner. What if all this program did was allow you to feel alive again, feel confident, to feel sexy, and now you end up dating, meeting new people, getting in new social spaces, and you find your person, your forever life partner? Or what if all it did was allow you to finally have a better relationship with food, finally have self-control over your appetite and cravings, and instead of being a slave to food, you finally feel free? Or what if it allows you to be more active, walking, running, biking, rollerblading, or playing a sport you used to love, or a hobby that you haven't been able to do in years? Imagine how your teenagers would look up to you and marvel at your transformation. They would be so proud of what you did, and also would motivate them to build healthy habits as well. Or your littles, your tiny tots. They wouldn't really realize what all is happening, but they would know that you're more active with them, you're more present with them, you're spending more time with them, and you're doing things that they love, with the effect of them feeling secure and loved and wanting to be around you even as they got older. Would it be worth it to be the generational health curse breaker of your family? Your kids won't see you taking metformin, pricking your finger for your glucose monitor, struggling with diabetes or high blood pressure. You're not going to be in and out of the hospital. They're not going to see you have a stroke or have a heart attack. There's going to be no more premature deaths from preventable lifestyle diseases. No, you're setting a trajectory for your family and everyone who comes after you, because you know that if you didn't come from a healthy family must come from you. Would it be worth it? Would it be worth investing in yourself and your future to have the life you always wanted? These people thought it was more than worth it, and they got incredible results and are living their life of their dreams. Michael thought it was worth it. Yoli thought it was worth it. Kosi thought it was worth it. Jazzy, Joseph, Tabitha, Jessica, Lady K, Stanley, Georgina thought it was worth it. Mike, Roslyn, Devin, Renee, Karen, Diane, and so many other people. Y'all, nobody's coming to save you. If someone was coming to save you, they would have done it already. But everyone is dealing with their own stuff. Nobody's coming to save you. This is all on you. So if this sounds like the opportunity you have been hoping and praying for, and you're a man or a woman of faith who's looking to heal your body and lose at least 30 pounds in just 90 days, without counting calories or cutting carbs or slaving away at the gym, then I want to extend an offer to you. And the offer is to jump on a free strategy Zoom session with me, where we'll go over where you are, where you want to get to, and devise a plan to help you to crush your goals in the next 90 days. And if we're a good fit for each other, we can start working together. Now, this call is for you if you're tired of dieting and taking one step forward and two steps back, if you're tired of feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, if you're tired of taking meds, if you're ready to finally eliminate that pesky body fat once and for all, and if you want to take back control of your health. If you're tired of dealing with all the health issues that go hand in hand with you being overweight, type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure, high cholesterol, if you're tired of having low energy, brain fog, digestive issues, inflammation, if you know your family deserves better from you and you want to get out of the high risk category, if you're tired of not being the best version of yourself, and if you're ready to finally take back control of your health once and for all, then this call is for you. There's a link underneath where you can click and book the call. But please do not book this call if you're not ready for an incredible transformation or some serious results. If you just want to sit around and chat, or if you like to think about things instead of actually taking action, if you're not going to implement any of the advice that I give you on the call, or if you're someone who still wants to waste their time trying their own thing, if you think a Rolls Royce is more valuable than your health, if you like to point the finger and are full of excuses, or if you don't take accountability for your current health situation and you like to blame everything on everything else, if that's you, do not book a call. And again, my guarantee to you is if you don't lose at least 30 pounds in 90 days, I'll work with you for free until you do. It's a win-win situation. You literally have nothing to lose except all that extra body fat. So if you've made it this far, I'm super grateful for you spending time with me, and I hope that this video has been valuable. And again, if you know you need to make a change and you need support in doing so, go ahead and book a call down below. Would love to chat and see how I can help. That's all for now. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you soon.